Welcome to a holiday unboxing of championship culture. I'm Brandon the Gaga, and remember, every belt has a story. Now today, I'm going to be doing a unboxing, but an unboxing like any other, because when I say 2024 is the year of the belt, there is no difference. And if you've been paying attention to championship culture, I've talked about certain belts more than I probably did other belts. And what better way than to unbox my last belt that I received in 2024, other than special edition of championship culture. So what I have for you today, ladies and gentlemen, is this box. And because I learned from previous unboxing, and because I've learned from other live shows, I'm going to pre-cut, well, I have the box pre-cut, and I'm going to unveil it and show you what's inside of this box. So stay tuned. Let's see what's in this box. So as standard, whenever you order a package, it always comes in a lot of bubble wrap, and just to save your ears and so you won't have to hear all that. I pre-cut the tape, but I'm going to actually pull the belt out and let you see what actually happens when the belt has been packaged, and I'm going to try to limit the noise behind it. But it's crazy because this belt is actually from a promotion that has undergone a lot of changes. And when I say a lot of changes, this belt has seen its ups and downs, but probably more ups than downs this year alone. And it's a belt that, upon first glance, it caught my eye. And I know it caught Brother Hugh's eye too. So without further ado, let me get the belt so you can see it. So like I said, the tape has been cut on the back, and I'll give you a preview. I don't know if you can tell what the belt is just from seeing. You don't get excited, just the tip of the center plate. But it's time to show you the belt that's going to be unwrapped today on championship culture. And I'm not for sure if the real belt has this color backing, but I went with this one because, if you can't tell from my shirt, my favorite color is red. This would be a good way to know that red is one of my favorite colors. But ladies and gentlemen, what we have here today is none other, and if you've been paying attention, I talk about the year 2024 is the year of the belt. I have none other than the actual TNA World Championship. And man, I thought the X Division belt was gorgeous. This belt is something about red and yellow. First of all, I'm not really a big fan of yellow on a belt, but the way TNA has blended the yellow onto here with the gold just stands out so much. And I can tell you that this belt is a beauty. I thought the X Division was my favorite. This actually might be my favorite championship now. It does have all of the plates on here. I asked for a tip, and I had a solid tip put on there, but this is what it looks like. Very floppy leather, very unique looking design. I don't know if TV has really did this belt justice, because this thing just screams a world champion. But you know what? Let's take a look at some in-depth pictures. So now that you had a chance to look at the belt a little bit more intense, let's break it down a little bit, because the property plate on this is very unique because it has Anthem's logo on it, the parent company of TNA Wrestling. And of course, on the next plate, it has the actual TNA logo. The hint of yellow just makes the TNA logo pop off of this gold so much. The intricate design behind it, it's not even a floral pattern, it's just a unique design. Yeah, some people said that there should be stones around there, but I'm perfectly fine without the stones because I feel like it adds character to it. The uniqueness of this center plate, if you look at it, it looks like it was kind of broken off from each portion of it. Like they took one main plate and just said, okay, let's cut it to make it like symmetrical. But the uniqueness about this, it has like ribbons going through where it says World Champion. I don't know if you can see the black. The red globe is very unique. Most globes have blue or black. I know WWE has done gray, but most of the time when you see a globe, you usually see blue representing the water. But TNA did something very unique, even with the honeycomb style things behind the pattern. Champion is gold with a black banner. And before I get to the middle plate, it's almost the same exact on the opposite side, just a different part of the world. You can see it's like parts of the globe that is kind of like if you take a globe and spin it, it looks like that's the way that they did it on the belt. Here's one portion of it, the other portion in the center. It looks like it was representing North America and Canada on that portion, and then the other part of the globe over here. But as you see, these side plates look exactly the same on one side. And actually how this side plate looks, that would be an awesome center plate. I mean, for any belt. Each of these look like they could be its own standalone belt, which is very unique. And the details in it is just beyond belief. I hope that the pictures did them justice. But then when you get to the center plate, at the very top, World Champion, the yellow stands out because it says total non-stop action, and then it says wrestling in yellow. And sometimes yellow and gold might clash, but I think the red just helps it. The black is subtle. It draws your eyes to where the world and champion is. Everything about this belt is just as good as it looks on TV. And of course I had to go with a red backing. The reason I went with red, sometimes when you don't have access to purchase the real belt because TNA is not selling replicas yet, you can take some, creative freedoms or some creative liberties with the belt. And I think sometimes a different color backing makes it stands out a little bit more, draws your eyes when you're carrying it. So if I put it over my shoulder and let's say I'm taking it down or I'm doing something, somebody will see the red strap and they'll say, oh, is that really the one on the belt? Because it adds to the story. Belt looks great over my shoulder. The light is reflecting very well. It's got some serious weight to it. A really decent curve. This is what happens when you take a belt out of the packaging because it's been shipped. This will even out on the leather, but that tells you how soft the leather is. It actually does the wiggle test, which is remnants of how flexible the leather is. Each portion can fold, that you can hold it like Cody Rahim, or you can hold it like the greats who used to carry their titles like this, or you can just have it out with the 4 plates showing. And you can even do it when you have the property plate. But overall, I'm very happy with this design. My X Division title, it might be a toss-up because the X Division title is silver and this is gold. And the X Division title is one of my favorite, as you can tell by what's over my left shoulder, how many X Division titles I actually have. And I did receive the X Division this year. So when I say 2024 is a year of the belt, there is no way that TNA did not produce banger after banger after banger for all of their belts. From their tag team, men's and women, from the X Division, from the Women's World Champion, and now to this men's, even the Digital Media Champion and the Men's World Champion. It's just a unique one. And I'm glad that, Nick Nemeth is still the reigning and defending champion. I hope by the time you watch this, he's still champion. Can't hold it forever, but we know he's done a heck of a job trying to bring the eyes to TNA products. So it brought his eyes enough for me to want to purchase it. Since July 20th of this year, we see none other than Mr. Nick Nemeth hold this title, defend this title, and reign as champion. And if you watched any episode of Championship Culture, you know that Brother Hugh, favorite wrestler, is probably Dolph Ziggler. Whether it be former Intercontinental Champion, former U.S. Champion, former World Champion, former Tag Team Champion, former NXT Champion, you name it. Nick Nemeth had did it in WWE for a very long time. When he left WWE, of course, he went over to TNA, made a scene, and then he became their World Champion. And what's crazy about this unboxing video, this is not my belt. This is actually a belt for Brother Hugh. So Brother Hugh, Merry Christmas. And I know you can't wait to get this to your house because guess what? Every belt has a story, and I can't wait to hear yours. Go over to Instagram and follow us at championshipculture_. And don't forget, check out youtube.com/TheWrestleRun. Look for the playlist for Championship Culture. And remember, every belt has a story.